So I wasn't gonna address this, but here we are. First and foremost, let me say this. I don't believe that anybody should be cheated on, whether they're in a relationship, whether they're in a marriage, no matter what happened in the situation. I think that cheating is absolutely disgusting. But y'all, I know y'all don't want to hear this, but body count absolutely does matter. We could try this whole feminist thing of don't judge me, of my past and my body, my choice, all of that. Yes, your body, your choice, but it does have an effect on your romantic relationships and the seriousness that a man will have with you. No man wants to walk into a room and have multiple men, even one man that his lady has been with. They don't want that. That's awkward. And yes, I know the argument is going to be the same way. Men do the same thing. But let's be real. Most women will be with men if they've been with multiple women. Y'all, that is not a deal breaker for y'all. But guess what? The other way around, it is. The grandmas used to say it back in the day. Y'all, a key that opens multiple locks is a good key. But a lock that's opened by any key is a crappy lock. And yes, I know it's not fair, but let's have a standard for who we are letting into our body. And if you want to be technical, let's be in the will of God and not open up our bodies and be letting anybody have access until we are married. Now, shifting to another direction, if there had been a history of a man cheating on women, right? Why would you think for some reason that you were just going to be different because you're you? Because you have that wop? Because you cook? No, no, no. Now, it's one thing if there's a situation where a guy is interacting with multiple women and none of them are his lady. But if you are a cheater, right? This is your nature. You are a dishonest person. Those things don't really change unless they find Christ, of course. And I think the problem is women don't take the time to pay attention to the person's character that they're dealing with. Now, if a man has a lady that he's kind of dealing with, but there's no official title, he's dabbling here consistently, and then he decides to dabble there a little bit too. Okay, a lot of people get in their feelings about that, but technically you are not in a relationship with their man. That is not your man, okay? You done gave your heart to him, but that is not your man, baby. Now, a man that is in a relationship, he has a girlfriend, he has a wife, and he's stepping out of that, especially marriage, if he's stepping out of that vow, that union, that is something that you need to check before you go in. Like, why are we going to men, dishonest men, and thinking that they're going to be honest with us for some reason? Again, Jesus Christ can save and transform, but if they ain't found the Lord for real, and I'm not talking about just putting a cross in their bio, I'm not talking about, knowing a couple of scriptures, but I'm talking about if they have not found Jesus Christ for real and started to shift their life in a way that they are in obedience to what God says, into the word of God, to Jesus' teaching, why would you think that if Jesus can't save these dudes, why do you think you can? So to all of my ladies that are like, see, all men cheat. See, they always do you wrong. Forget Clay, forget Clay. Let's make sure that we're working on ourselves, keeping our own legs closed. And let's make sure that we are choosing better options for men. Who chose him? You. Who already saw the patterns of infidelity, dishonesty, and inconsistency? You. Who thought that they were just such a baddie and that WAP was gonna keep them on the leash? You. So don't let your ego, okay, let you put yourself in a situation to have your heart broken.